When you think about a budget for your family, most of the time you only think there's one type of budget. There's actually several things in your household that needs a budget. So let's take a look at some of the most important things you might need a budget in your household. Welcome back to Living to Budget, where we share frugal tips and tricks on how to save your family money the easy way. Hi, my name is Cassie, and if you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below and also click the notification bell so you don't miss out whenever I post new videos every week. So a lot of people have asked me if there's just one type of budget. Actually, there's 5, and I'm going to share them with you today. The first budget that you might want to look at, and one of the most important, is your bills. Yes, there is a bill budget. I'm going to cover how to pay your bills in more depth in a later video. It is really important to sit down and make sure that you have enough money in your account to pay your bills. I'm not talking about waiting until your bills are late to pay them, because that can honestly cost you way more money. The rule of thumb is to try to pay most of your bills all on the first of the month. Now, I understand that this is very hard to get started, but the idea is that if you're paying all of your bills at the first of the month, then the rest of the month, you're basically saving up to pay your bills again. Also, side note, take into consideration that if your bills are more than your income, you may want to rethink that $200 cable bill that you have. Just saying. The second budget to look at is going to be your adult allowance budget. Look, I know we covered the adult allowance previously, but it is actually really important that you do it and you're setting that money aside for your adult allowance. You can do this in one or two ways. You can either do $25 per adult in the household, or you can do $50. It just depends on your demand during the week. Make sure that you're not overspending with your adult allowance budget though. You don't want to cheat on this one. This is mainly to help you save back money. Save your adult allowance if you want to for that big purchase that you want to buy that's not considered a household item. The third budget is going to be your grocery and household budget. Okay, honestly, I used to hate this one, and this one was so hard, and I was doing it all wrong. And a lot of people think that you have to coupon in order to do this, but you really don't. So here's the trick in what I've learned from research and from experience, and it's the magic number. Are you ready for it? $100 per person per month. That's all you're spending on groceries. Did she really say $100? Oh my God, Cassie, I cannot do $100 per person. I spend $300 a week in groceries. You can't be serious. Yes, $100 per person per month. You can do it. Trust me, it is easy to do. I know several people that have done it, plus myself, and one happens to be a family of 7. Yes, 7. For my household, it would be $300 a month since we have 3 people living in our household. I used to spend $300 a week in groceries, and it was mainly buying things that I might cook because we might need it. Now I only buy what we're going to consume in a week. Consume in a week. We're not talking about stockpiling. I will have more on the grocery budget at a later date. Your household budget would be anything that you don't consume. So this is like toilet paper, cleaning products, haircuts, things like that that's not an actual consumed product. I would normally say to average maybe about $25 to $50 per week, give or take. It depends on what you have going on. I know it may seem a little shocking, but it can be done. Number 4 is going to be paying off debt or credit cards. Look, I don't care who you are. At one point in everyone's life, you have either had a loan that you needed to pay off, or you have been in credit card debt due to circumstances of either your demise or financial struggle. You actually can create a budget to help you pay off your credit card debt, and that is something that we're going to focus in on more of our debt series than just a regular budget, but it can be done. One of the methods I use the most is the snowball technique, and this is from Dave Ramsey, and it's actually really, really effective. You can also do kind of like a debt and loan budget to help you pay off your car loans, student loans, other installment loans that you may have. It's just a different way of paying it that'll help you pay it off faster and with less money, if that makes sense. The fifth budget is a want budget. Look, okay, I know we're budgeting and we're trying to save back money, but that doesn't mean that you can't budget for things that you want. This could be a new car or furniture, clothing, whatever it is that you wouldn't normally go out and spend the money on, like your big ticket items. This is what you would put in a want budget, or a slush fund, or a family fund, whatever you want to call it. But this is just for things that you would want, not a need, but a want. The deal with the want budget, before we get too crazy, you need to make sure that you have all of these other budgets in place before you start doing a want budget. Because if you're still in credit card debt, if you're still having a hard time with your bills or with your groceries, maybe a want budget isn't the best thing to focus on at this particular moment. Get your debt under control first and then move on to a want budget. How you put money in a want budget would be any money that you have left over after you have paid your bills, after you have bought groceries, after you've paid off your debt. Money would go into a slush account or a family fund or rainy day fund, whatever you want to call it, and that is what you would be saving money for your want budget. Okay, so now we have covered the top 5 budgets every household needs. Well, I guess your next question would be, how do you get started? If you want more information on that, go ahead and hit the link above. That'll bring you to my Ready, Set, Start video for how to actually start a budget. You will also find a link in the description below for my blog post explaining in detail the 5 budgets. Alright, so the other question that you might be having is, which budget do I start with? That one can be a little bit tricky. I would probably say to go ahead and start with the bill budget first, get that knocked down and under control, then move on to the grocery budget. The way I kind of laid them out like this is how you would need to start them. Start with your bill budget first. Make sure you're doing your adult allowance. Then move on to your grocery and household budget. Next, you want to start paying off your loans and credit card debt once you're saving back money from the other 3 budgets. And then we can move on finally to the want budget after your credit card debt is paid off. I hope y'all are kind of understanding the process and how exactly this works. There's really no one budget to start with. This is just a simple little guide to kind of keep you on track, like a little check-off list. Cha-ching, checked off. It's very important to have a budget in your household, and you can pretty much budget anything. But having a budget means being very disciplined in it. Y'all know I've said that word several times. Discipline, discipline, discipline. To see the full penny pitching series, go ahead and click the link above, or you can also check it out in the description box down below. Alright, so who's ready to jump on the budget bandwagon and get this started? I'm going to be covering all of these budgets in more detail in future videos. We're going to start with the bill budget first and work our way down. I'm actually going to include the bill budget and the adult allowance together, seeing how the adult allowance is pretty self-explanatory and we've already covered it. Main big one, well, I should say 2 main big ones, is going to be your grocery and household budget and also your debt budget. That's going to be in a whole series on its own because there is so much information to cover. If you found this video helpful, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. Click the notification bell so you don't miss out on videos. Yes, I know I say that a lot, but seriously, it's some very, very good content that I don't want you to miss out on. Also, don't forget to check out these other great videos, which would include the basket case series, Thrifty Savvy Scores, and also the Dollar Tree hauls. And that subscribe thing up there. Don't miss out on that either.